look who it is.
Look who it is.
So, what'd you get me out of bed for, handsome?
I don't know, why'd you get out of bed in the first place, sweetheart?
Someone told me that you wanted to talk to me. I guess you're just worth the effort. So, what do you want to talk to, buddy?
You got out of bed.
For a riveting conversation with you, so you better make it interesting.
Just on the hope that it would be riveting and wonderful, and I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah.
We just patch shit up.
Oh no, I just want it to be interesting one way or another. We can work things out. We can make things fucking worse if that's what you want to do. Let's just have a conversation. Why am I here? That's my question.
To be truth.
No comment.
Why do you fucking care so much about me? Like, we're not long-lost relatives. We're not long-lost brothers. What do you care how I act and operate? I suppose that should have been my first question. Why do you care? If I want to go after Jake until the end of time, that's my prerogative.
No, I'm very, very sorry about that. That is wrong.
What do I care? I don't.
Really, because you
congratulations.
You got pretty well pissed off with me about it. Not all that long ago.
Yeah, it's kind of painful to see someone commit a slow form of suicide, but you kind of realize eventually you can't change anything, so I don't really give a fuck anymore.
So, are you conceding that he's my superior, or that I'm his superior, or...
I'm conceding that you're unfixable. Yeah.
And...
I know you don't give a shit. I'm telling you I don't give a fuck anymore. I gave up. I'm sorry. You need to look for someone else, Dave. I don't care anymore. It's obvious you don't care about yourself. Why should I care about you? Why would I waste my time? If you want to be doing this shit in your fucking 50s and 60s talking to Jake, go ahead, be my guest. I don't give a fuck anymore, man. Nothing I say to you is going to change your mind. If you want to see that as you win, go ahead.
You know what's really funny?
What? That it got to this point? Yeah, it's fucking hilarious, isn't it, bud?
The fact that you're still this emotional about it.
Yeah, you're right, brother. It's real pathetic. I give a damn about people. If only people were more like you, I'm sure the world would be a much fucking better place.
Actually, it would.
Everyone would just fucking drink themselves to death. Wouldn't have to worry about that whole emotions shit.
No,
It'd be amazing, brother.
It'd
be goddamn fucking amazing.
They treat logic like... They treat emotion like logic. You know... You actually, believe it or not, did the impossible. And actually put a chink in my armor.
Wow. Not even trying to fucking hurt you. Never was.
Well, I don't know.
Never will be.
You...
Not trying to hurt you, not trying to make you feel bad,
We had an argument about, you know, me never going against Jake. And then,
yeah. I asked you. I didn't make a fucking ultimatum like you're seeing me to frame it. I asked you to consider not talking about him so fucking goddamn much, because I can tell how much...
And then when me and Jake were in a debate, I asked to bring you on, and you just stabbed me in the fucking back.
No, I was consistent with the same shit I've said to you. You can, well, I suppose that you personally can't go back and check. But to the people who are subscribed to Iron Gullet's channel, they can go back and check and take a look for their goddamn selves what the truth is. I have not changed my fucking position. I've always had this fucking position. That I'm not saying stop talking about each other fucking cold turkey. I think it would be interesting if you guys did something a little bit different occasionally than just talk about each other all the fucking goddamn time. But you know what? I'm not gonna fucking make your platform the opportunity where I'm gonna go talk about Jake about all the differences I have with him. They're not that numerous. I have some differences with Jake. There's some things I fundamentally disagree with him on. I'm not going to use your platform for that opportunity because I'm not going to make a fucking fool of myself. I didn't have anything prepared. Like, just because I didn't fucking go against Jake does not mean I stabbed you in the back, man. I feel like every criticism I offered you while Jake was there was pretty basic stuff. Like, hey, man, we just want you to... The one thing that me and Jake can agree on, and you can disagree with this all you want, is we both genuinely do want you to be better and treat yourself better. That's all it boils down to, man. I know you don't give a fuck. That's the quote unquote agenda here, though. No one, I don't think anyone who watches you with any frequency wants you to fucking go down the path of being worse. Everyone here wants you to be better. The only one who doesn't want that is you.
Except, this is the thing. This is the thing that Jake doesn't get, that you don't get. It's all a lie. It's all a lie. Nobody cares. Nobody fucking cares.
You talking about the whole, like, internet, like, thing in general? Just being online, just nobody cares? You know how many lives people's shit has been ruined? Dude, I'm just... This 2010s, 2000s fucking mentality of just like, oh yeah, there's the internet and then there's IRL. It's just not the case anymore. We're not in that shit anymore. Internet and real life are the same fucking shit now.
No, they're not.
Yes, they fucking are.
Desperately not.
All right, yeah, say that to all the fucking people who've gotten shot over doxing and shit like that. It didn't affect their life at all. Didn't affect their life at all.
Last I checked, doxing was illegal, was it not?
Yeah, but the people who actually engage in it don't actually face any consequences half the time.
But we are also 12 miles away from where we originally started this conversation, are we not?
Okay, so sure, we can return to the original point of this conversation, but I feel like I've stated my case multiple times, man. Did I give a shit at some point? Yeah, it wasn't that long ago, but at this point, I'm just so burned out that I don't know what I could possibly do to accomplish what I was looking for originally, which is to just help you see that it's not worth talking about Jake all the time. That's the fucking point I was trying to make. I wasn't saying don't ever talk about Jake ever again.
Except that the date that you had made that statement, I hadn't talked about Jake for over a fucking month.
It'd probably been a week at most, but you know what? I can't go back and fucking check because you deleted the stream. So even if I wanted to go double check right now, I couldn't do it.
Oh, I guarantee you could check if you wanted to, because there's a bunch of fucking f***its that's all they fucking do is just report everything I stream.
You want me to cross-reference with like an Iron Gullet re-upload that probably went up a couple of days later and then go and find the exact fucking moment from that actual fucking date in which you talked about Jake previously? No. I guarantee you it's like within a week. It's not like there was that big of a fucking gap. Like, yeah, sure, I acknowledge when we had that conversation, you had talked about Jake for a while. But after that, you acted like me just bringing that up caused this whole fucking feud to ignite again. And then you started talking about it.
I haven't talked about Jake since that incident.
You had the opportunity to bring me in here. We could talk about anything. We could talk about abortion. We could talk about fucking politics. We could talk about Trump v. Biden. You wanted to talk about this same old fucking bullshit that you've been talking to me about for the past fucking month. If it didn't affect you at all, then you wouldn't keep bringing it up. Was I right? Was I wrong? I don't fucking know. I don't care at this point. I could really give a fuck less. It's for you to do with the information I gave you to come to your own conclusion and deduction. I can't do anything for you anymore. I can't. Maybe I never could.
I don't give a damn about what you can do for me. I'm just concerned with the other side of this, the actual Jake side.
Okay, go ahead. What's the problem?
You wanted to sit here and do all this shit to me and blah blah blah. Well, I pretty much proved he's the toxic person in this. Again, he's just as bad as me.
I don't even know how to unpack that. All right, let's say you're okay. I'm going to be the most generous person I've ever been. Let's take you at your word for your argument here. Okay, how does let's say that's true? How does that have any more accountability on him than you? If that's the case, doesn't that mean that you should just be the bigger man?
God damn it! I gotta piss.
Am I wrong, dude? Am I wrong?
I gotta piss. I'll be right back.
Well, think while
and then I will explain to you. No.
Okay. All right, go take your piss. All right, let's see if I can. All right, I'm gonna share something real fast. It's not gonna be anything. It's not gonna be anything controversial, fellas. Don't worry. It's just gonna be a clip from SpongeBob. Because yeah, this is like the perfect summarization of Dave's cooking show. All right, here we go.
One dozen crying cows on the farm.
Thanks, Farmer Brown. It's been a thrill serving you.
Dave giving his mom 10 burgers. All right, anyway. Look. All right, look. I hope the people in the chat are having a good evening tonight. I don't know why I got out of bed to do this. It's probably one of the most shameful things I've ever done in my entire life. But hey, I'm here to entertain you, the people. Oh, damn it. I just checked the stream. The burgers were covered up by the lesbians. Man, this wouldn't be the first time this has happened in Dave's life either. He's going to take the clothes splint off for 30 seconds. Oh, my Lord. I feel like I'm going to have to remind Dave what we were talking about. And the problem is I've got that stoner brain, so even if he asks me, I'm not going to be able to tell him. Hello. I hear some grunts. The man's back, I think.
You couldn't hear the grunt. I had my microphone killed.
I heard some Dave noises. I don't know what else to say.
Anyway, okay. You want to know why this feud is quite frankly unique?
Between you and me, or you and Jake?
I don't know. You and me might follow, but we're not there yet.
Okay.
With me and Jake. Okay, first off, he went after me. Not a big deal. I don't care, but that was 3 years ago. In the interim of debates, feuds, whatever, all this other shit, me covering him covering me, I have literally offered up the Beast Banner 3 times and said, you just stop covering me, I stop covering you, and we just agree to ignore each other. I have offered this up 4 times. Okay? I just literally said, there's no point in us, having anything to do with each other. Now, the cooking videos, I've offered that up probably twice. Just ignore me. Jake has plainly said that he's not going to. Not until my channel's gone. He has said this. What do you want me to do with that, Underhaven? Somebody that's not going to stop. I mean, I can ignore him, sure. But what do you want me to do with that? Eventually,
what can I do? Sorry, finish and then I'll
eventually, I'm going to fight back.
All right. Let me explain a scenario to you. Maybe this will make sense to you. Let's take. This is just a scenario. It'll be brief. Come on this trip with me. Let's say that you were able to talk about. Let's say you talked about someone on your channel on a very regular basis. Someone who you absolutely can't stand and you think was like actively making society worse. Let's take Zoe Quinn for an example. Let's say you talked about Zoe Quinn with a frequency on your channel, and it was like very profitable to do so. You made like hundreds of dollars a day doing it, and like eventually after like a few years, Zoe Quinn's like, I really don't like you doing this. Please stop. Would you actually stop? Or would you continue to do so? That's kind of the scenario. Like, Jake doesn't agree with you on an ideological level. It's profitable for him to talk about it. Like,
actually, yes.
there's no
and there, unfortunately, there is no longer proof of this, but yes, I have.
Have what?
I have stopped attacks on an opponent because peace was declared.
Okay, but I don't know if you were like the point I'm trying to make. I don't know if you were like.
Yes, I was monetized, and yes, I was making a shit ton of money off of them. Peace was declared, so I stopped.
That's a big thing for me to take you at your word at, but.
Well, unfortunately, you're gonna have to because it was on the old Warcorp 666 channel. Had the fat ass not won, I could literally show you the video where I declared, all right, if this is this, then peace on my end.
All right. Well, let's say I'll take. Fine. Once again, being generous, take you at your word here. Now, let's just go down this assumption that is the truth.
Okay.
So, if that is the case, and you think that like Jake is genuinely this bad faith actor who's not going to ever stop, no matter, I don't think that's the case. But if you genuinely think he's just not going to stop, no matter what the fuck you say,
I'm taking Jake at his word. That's what I'm taking it as.
I mean, he said numerous times that if he saw you like trying to like make ways to better yourself, that he would stop covering your content.
I'm not going to become a left-wing shill.
I don't think that's what he was fucking talking about. But
yeah, it pretty much was. But okay, fine.
I'm not in his brain. I can't know what his fucking standards are. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're wrong. But I don't think so personally. But no. Here's the fucking point, man. Is that at the end of the day, why is it? If you genuinely do think that lowly of him, then why are you gonna let him have that control over your life like that out of like stubbornness? You know what I mean? Because you said that regardless, you're going to still keep talking about him because you're too stubborn to stop doing it. I feel like a broken record. I don't want you doing this shit in your 50s. I don't want you doing this shit in your 60s. I don't want you to be making a fool of yourself. Like as like a
Have you ever had a rival?
Yeah, I've had a couple before.
Okay. You ever had like in high school or whatever, you ever had a rival?
Yeah, I get it. Look, generally, when you have someone like that, it's two people who are like close enough in terms of what they're able to accomplish that it's like it allows for that competitive edge.
So you're saying that Jake is superior to me, then I shouldn't just be a rival to him.
I'm not saying that on a technical level, but on an actual like numbers wise, his audience is way bigger than yours.
I don't really care about that.
Okay, but it's like that makes it objectively not.
I don't really care.
That does not.
So the Alamo fighter should have just given up.
Oh my fucking god! No, I'm not saying that you shouldn't fucking ever put in an effort unless you're in a.
So the American Revolutionary should have just given up.
But you've been. Were they at this shit for fucking 5 fucking years and getting nothing done?
Yes, they were.
Getting nothing done.
Actually, yeah, for the most part, the American Revolution was dog shit for America up until the last about 2 years of the Revolution. Till Washington crossed the fucking Delaware.
What ground have you gained over Jake? He's still with Sarah. That one thing that you always fucking talk about is still with Sarah.
First off, I would never make any move against his personal relationship.
What?
I would never make any move against his personal relationship.
Okay, that's good. But like, why is it always on your brain?
It's not.
Dude, okay. fine, I'll get a little less hyperbolic. Why is it on your mind so often? Why do you bring it up with more of a frequency than anyone really should? Like, it comes up,
Because
man. I don't know how...
Because he has literally admitted to me that he allows Sarah to, or lets Sarah, or whatever, is fine with Sarah fucking other men. To me, that is something to be made fun of.
Well, as far as I'm aware, he's allowed to have sex with other people, too. So, who cares if that's the confines of their relationship?
But again... Okay, Underhaven... Hold on. Let me, I want to be very clear with what I say next. You are transgender, yes.
Yes.
Okay. You are attracted to men, yes.
Yes.
And you would like to be viewed as the woman in said relationship, yes.
I don't give a shit about gender roles. I could go for either one.
You would prefer to be the girly person in the relationship, yes or no?
Sure, most times.
Okay. As an actual cis male, allow me to say that the worst insult and the worst thing you could ever take from a girlfriend is her sleeping with another dude and you just accepting it. Again, I do not know Jake's sexual proclivities. I do not care. I've often stated I thought he was bisexual.
Do you acknowledge the reality that this could just be something that two consenting adults have come into agreement with, that they're both happy about? Why do you have this assumption that, like, this is necessarily something that, like, Jake was, like, forced into? I get, like, look, dude, I'm sure there are fucking men out there who are forced in these positions.
There are not many men that would accept their bitch sleeping with another man.
How do you know Jake's not one of them?
Unless Jake's into it.
Maybe he fucking is. Like, listen, so what if he is, man? Like, that's the point I'm trying to make to you. Like, why do the terms of their relationship matter so much to you? Especially when it's like, you haven't seen anything to suggest that Sarah's abusive towards him or putting him in, like, a weird position to, like, have to do that. Like, from everything that I've seen, and I don't watch his streams that much, I just poke in there occasionally, they seem to have a healthy relationship. It's just, like, the weirdest thing to criticize him for. Criticize him for his politics, sure, there's some plenty of shit I disagree with him on.
Then here's another matter. Why did it take me so long to get this out of them? And yeah, it did.
To get what out of them?
To get their relationship status out of them.
Okay. I mean, they don't really seem to be very public about, like, talking about the exact
if they're willing to talk about it eventually, shouldn't they be proud to talk about it? Or shouldn't they just say, no, that's private? Like, I often state things that are private to me, like my status of if I have any children or not.
I think that if they told you it's none of your business, that would have been perfectly valid. But there's nothing wrong with them coming out and being like, no, that's not actually the case.
It's perfectly valid if they come out with it. But the problem is they've come out with about 9 different stories.
I'd have to I know you're not going to like me saying this, but I'd actually have to see some proof of some inconsistencies because I haven't seen any of it. Like, they seem pretty consistent with how they describe their relationship. They don't talk about it a lot. I don't know what to tell you, man.
I would just have to say this is where we're going to have to agree to disagree because I've seen, especially lately, massive inconsistencies in that.
All right. Well, look, here's the thing, buddy.
Not that I really give a shit about their relationship, but
I'm saying it looks a little bit petty when you bring it up. If you think it's gonna fail, let it fucking fail. I don't think it will personally. I think they'll do pretty well.
It doesn't look. It doesn't really look me because again. He didn't really get me, no did he?
didn't really get. I mean,
we've literally went from one thing to the other, and without even doing a little do-si-do.
I I feel like I've lost the plot. I genuinely feel like I've lost the plot, man. Look, here's my sound advice, and you don't have to follow it. Regardless of how you feel about the relationship, if you really don't give a shit, just stop. Consider talking about it less, because it's a waste of your time. It's a waste of your time. They've been together for 7 years now.
No. I mean, me and Jake start. Oh, fuck it. Fine. You know what? Fuck it.
What?
See, you know what?
Do you think I have a point?
You know what? I'll just no, but
No. I'm getting mixed messages here, Dave. Do you think I've got a point or not? You don't. Whatever. It's okay. Just think about it. Just think about it, okay? You don't have to tell me I'm right or wrong. Just think about it. That's all I'm saying. Have a good think about it. Let me know how you feel about it next time.
all right. No.
All right. Anything else you want to discuss while you have me here? Are we at our conclusion here, Dave? I think you've given me my 5 minutes.
One last thing we have to discuss.
All right.
Why did you stab me in the back?
Good lord.
I didn't, man.
Yes, you did. I brought you on to defend me.
I didn't know you brought me on to defend you. You didn't make it clear to me that that's why you were bringing me on.
You did, and you stabbed me in the back.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Can I talk yet?
Dave, when you made a post...
You fucking can't, Phoenix. Shut up.
Dave, when you made your community post on that, everybody in the comments except for Brian Hicks agreed that how you treated me was unfair. You held me to this unfair standard. I'm not apologizing for that, man. I'll apologize for a lot of shit. You know, if it made you feel bad, sure, that I'm sorry. I'm sorry for that, but I'm not apologizing for my intentions. I did not stab you in the back. Yeah, the most I'll feel bad for is if it genuinely made you feel bad, but it wasn't intentional, so I'm not going to beat myself up over it. Like, genuinely, man, I did not stab you in the back. When the chips are down at the end of the fucking day, I'll have you when it comes
Except you missed what was said and why I brought you on. You missed...
Yeah, contextually, I actually did go back and go over that scene with some of my friends, and the way in which the conversation was going, it was not implicitly clear that you were bringing me in there to like come to your defense.
No.
Jake was currently like making a point, so I tried to like offer my perspective on the same thing. I was not trying to like go super fucking aggressive. I was just trying to make the point of like, hey, we actually do have some good intentions. It's not all fucking bad, man. You know what I mean? Like, rewatch the fucking segments.
All right. Maybe look, I'll kneel a little ground and say, chatting with Jake is fucking exhausting. And maybe I was, and maybe I expected too much from you.
All right, thank you.
So I will cop to that. I may have expected a little bit too much of you.
Thank you.
But
thank you. I appreciate that.
Jesus Christ, Jake is...
Well, man,
I know his debate type, but Jesus, what the hell to deal with.
Well, I mean,
All right, well, Underhaven, you go enjoy, and I will deal with Phoenix and Power Falcon and
Yep, you have a good night, brother. Thanks for what you said, especially at the end. I appreciate it. Have a good night.
Good night.